Swinging a fly ball to left field deep. Way back! Way back! This ball is gone! A walk-off home run! Newport Gulls win it here in the 11th.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Branham sets, kicks, and deals. Swinging and miss, strike three. The Newport Gulls are 2009 Eastern Division champions.
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Swinging a high drive to deep right. Oh, is this ball crushed? Way back and gone. Joey Manning with a towering shot. Swinging a high drive to deep left, and you can forget about it. Cal Conley with his third home run of the game.
Stay tuned. The Newport Gulls pregame show starts now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his 8th season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Nick Lima.
And good afternoon and welcome here to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, where today the Newport Gulls are taking on the Mystic Schooners in a doubleheader here at Cardines Field. 2 7-inning contests on the way as the Gulls get set for a long day of baseball. Mystic Schooners and the Newport Gulls playing their third and fourth matchups here of the 8-game season series as the Gulls make up a rainout from earlier in the season in Game 1. They'll play the regularly scheduled game between Mystic and Newport later on tonight at 6:35. I'm Nick Lima here at Cardines Field. Newport Gulls doubleheader action here as Mitch Horacek gets the start in Game 1, facing off against the Mystic Schooners, coming in the bottom of the NECBL East, but still dangerous. Newport riding a win streak coming into today's game, first place in the NECBL East. They'd like to stay there and perhaps put some further ground ahead of the chasing New Bedford Bay Sox, who, of course, Newport defeated here last night smartingly 15-5. Newport has scored 30 runs in their last 2 games as the Gulls continue on the stretch of 10 games in 9 days. Game 2 and 3 of that long stretch without an off day is coming up here today. It's doubleheader action, Newport and Mystic. The pregame show begins now, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field as our pregame show continues here in Game 1 of this twin billing. Now joined for the Gulls Eye View by Newport Gulls catcher Matt Perret. Matt, thank you for joining us here in the pregame show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Matt, doubleheader here today. That's always challenging for teams in any level of baseball as the Newport Gulls play a division opponent in the Mystic Schooners.
Yeah, it's a grind, 2 7-inning games. You just got to stay locked in, stay focused.
Matt, what brought you to the Newport Gulls? You joined the team a couple weeks into the season.
I had a temp contract over in Cape Cod with the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox, and Chris Patsos called me up and asked me if I wanted to come play. They needed a catcher, so here I am. Love it, loving every second of it.
Of course, you have a few of your Boston College teammates, some other Eagles out there in the NCBL right now, including another catcher, and Nate LaPointe up in Sanford.
Yeah, you're always rooting for the guys that you play against a little bit. The BC guys, and I'm sure the other guys on their team. You're playing guys from Vanderbilt and the other Vandy guys. You're rooting for them. You want your teammates to do well, but also, it's good competition playing against them.
Of course, you played summer ball with Yarmouth Dennis a couple years ago. What's it like to start the season there, then hop over here to Newport and be changing around so many times right after, of course, the college season ended?
I kind of live like a gypsy anyway. I live out of my car. I was at school a little bit after baseball ended, then Foxborough with one of my buddies, and then I went out to the Cape, and then just haven't really unpacked yet. So it's nice to finally have a bed to sleep in.
Now, you've called Lighthouse Point, Florida, your home for the last few years, but you're originally a Maine native?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm from Portland, Maine. Lived there for 17, 18 years of my life, and transferred down to a high school down there in Pompano Beach, and it was a great experience. Got to really mature a lot when I was down there.
Newport Gulls have had a lot of depth at catcher this summer. Of course, we just said goodbye to Alex DeLeon, but you serve along with Jeff Melillo and Nick Sebastian as well, who began the season as Newport's bullpen catcher.
Yeah, Alex was a great kid. He was my roommate with the same host family with the Regans, and I miss him. Everyone misses him on the team, but Jeff, great kid, all great guys. Everyone's been a great teammate here.
You've been swinging a hot bat to start the season so far with Newport.
Yeah, seen it well. Getting a few pinch hit ABs and just staying locked in. And it's gonna happen where you're not hitting well, and just gonna have to stay focused, stay true to what you've been doing.
Now, Matt, one of the keys for a doubleheader, of course, is trying to get those starters to go a long way into the game, save the bullpen, particularly right now. Newport with a game yesterday, 2 games today, and 7 more in the next 6 days as Newport plays 10 games in 9 days. That's quite a long stretch, and certainly not what you guys are used to in college ball in the spring.
That's true. College ball, you're only playing at most 5 games a week, and then you got travel on those other days, and then you got an off day on Monday. But Mitch, we want him to go all 7 today. That would be nice to get 7 out of him, and then see where it goes for game 2. But I got a lot of confidence in Mitch today that he's going to go a complete game.
All right, Matt, thank you for joining us here in the pregame show. Thank you for joining us here in the Gulls Eye View, and good luck in today's twin billing.
Thank you.
That's the Gulls Eye View. The Newport Gulls pregame show continues next, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardinals Field. Now time for the Manager Show, joined today, once again, by Newport Gulls pitching coach Kevin Long. Coach, how are you today?
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. After a great game last night, I really feel good.
Newport with a big victory. They've scored now 30 runs in the last 2 games, a 20-hit performance last night, supporting Newport Gulls pitching and John Przinski and Frank Holbrook. Przinski pitching 5 solid innings, allowing just a run. Holbrook coming in relief, finishing up the game of the last 4 as Newport's offense exploded against the New Bedford Bay Sox and en route to a 15-5 win.
You basically summed it up really well. We're at a point now in the season where every game's important. We got to maintain momentum. We got to get better every day, and the guys are really coming to play, and their approach at the plate is fantastic. Coach Leva's got them really focused and relaxed, and every day he does a great pregame. The pitchers are starting to pick it up now. They're getting a better idea of what they need to do to be successful, and we're just coming out here trying to get better every day, and if we get better every day, I'm happy.
Now, we mentioned yesterday that this is the start of a 10-game stretch for the Newport Gulls. 10 games, 9 days, virtue of today's doubleheader without an off day. How important is it for the starters to go the distance, or at least late into the ball game in both 7-inning contests this afternoon in order to save the bullpen going forward?
Well, every day I look for a quality start out of our pitchers. 5 or 6 innings, keep the opposition to 2 runs or less, and get the guys in and out of the field really quick so they can get in the dugout and relax and do what they do and what they love to do. And today we've got Mitch Horacek from Dartmouth throwing. He's been throwing the ball really well, and I really expect him to pitch big time today. He's really excited about this start, and I think he's going to really pitch well. And then in the last game, we've got Danny Wright, who's really been pitching really well for us, and I expect big things from him as well. And like you said, it's really important at this point that the starters go deep into the game so our bullpen gets the rest it needs so they can go out there and pitch quality relief innings.
Of course, 2 70-inning contests, back-to-back games here, and it's the first time the Gulls are playing an afternoon game here in the season. Is that a little bit of a different mentality, or not coming in here in front of the big crowd at nighttime?
To me, I look at it differently. I look at it as an extra inning ball game to me. And, you're playing straight through. We are going to have a break in between, but, as Ernie Banks said, he said, let's play 2. Whenever you can play 2, I love it to death. I really do.
Going back to last night's game, with the 20-hit performance by the Gulls offense, every goal in the starting 9 had a hit. Newport now batting over 300 as a team, leading the NECBL. Casey Kaufman went 3 for 4, triple shy of the cycle. John Norwood was a triple shy of the cycle. 3 more home runs for the Newport Gulls in the contest. It really seems like this offense has not showed any signs of slowing down since opening night.
Well, they enjoy playing together, number one. Number 2, they enjoy working with Coach Leva, who is a tremendous teacher. And, when you get those things combined, it just creates a positive environment, and every day is a new day. And they just enjoy coming to the ballpark.
Newport is 2-0 against the Mystic Schooners so far. 6 games left to play. 3 of them will be over the next 2 days as the Gulls play this twin billing tonight, and of course are on the road at Mystic tomorrow at 2-15. That still makes them a very dangerous team. You never know when they can come out and go on a win streak.
Any team in this league is dangerous, and to me, you're always competing against yourself, no matter how good your record is or what the score is. So, to me, if I were in their shoes, our record wouldn't matter. And these guys take a lot of pride in who they are, and they're all trying to get better just like we are. So it's going to be a big-time game like they all are.
And Coach, one other interesting stat of note that we've been observing the last few days, the Gulls, of course, don't steal very many bases. They rely a lot on the offensive power, but they also don't allow very many stolen bases. The fewest stolen bases allowed in the league, in fact. Is that a credit to pitching or the catching behind the plate, or a combination thereof?
I think it's a good management profile based on catching and pitching. What we try and do with our pitchers is let them know that we know that they're there, number one. We try and vary our looks and our times and our picks with runners on base. And when you have quality catching behind the plate, I mean, it makes it manageable. And that's what we try and do, is manage. And they're doing a very good job right now. And, we'll mix it up, too, when we have to.
Well, the Newport Gulls lost Jeff Melillo for a couple weeks in the month of June with an injury. Alex DeLeon really stepped it up, though he has had to leave the team, go and take a summer course back home. Newport still left, though, with three very good catchers in Nick Sebastian, Matt Pare, and Melillo.
I mean, when you have, as a pitching coach, it makes my job so much easier when you have quality guys like that. Not only are they good behind the dish, they can catch it, block it, and throw it, but they also call a tremendous game. So, with that being said, we're very blessed.
Newport Gulls pitching coach Kevin Long, thank you very much for joining us here today, and good luck in the doubleheader against Mystic this afternoon and tonight.
Thank you very much.
That's our pregame visit with the Newport Gulls coaching staff. Newport Gulls baseball is next as our pregame show continues here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.